An interesting testing day today. I had some revelations, like I didn't love So for today's video, I picked out some products that I am still in the process of testing and get my opinions on. I have a speed reviews a brewing, and essentially this is just me playing around with some of the products that I would like to feature in my speed reviews. A lot of these are products that I'm new to still, or I'm unsure about my opinion, because I mean it when I say in speed reviews, I test these products multiple times, multiple wear tests in multiple ways. Sometimes while I'm in the middle of testing, I just turn the camera on to try them on with you guys. If you're new to my channel, I talk about hundreds of products every single year, but I do test these products multiple times, and after I have tested them and I feel comfortable giving you guys my opinion, I do feature them in a speed reviews. But sometimes we get kind of the halfway video like this of products that I'm still testing. On my channel, I do have a lot of repetition in the products that I talk about, but that's just so that you can experience them with me as I go. Every single day, I'm filming some of the makeup that I'm doing. So some of the products today that I'm getting a better feel for, the Hourglass foundation. I don't know why, but I don't know if this doesn't stand out to me or what, but I have to continue using this. I can't remember. Of course, the new Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I'm playing with this guy again today. I have an explanation, but we're gonna do a half and half with this. I have the new Kosas powder. Lots of fun stuff. Some newer than others, but let's get into it. I was playing with my nose, and as punishment, I have to get on here with it looking irritated, because you're not supposed to pick on that kind of stuff. So for primer, can't really decide if this does anything or if it does anything worthwhile. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Set It Up primer. It has this interesting cream gel texture. It feels really smooth on the face, but I just don't know if it does enough to warrant it being a whole step in my routine. I'd probably rather use a moisturizer because I feel like that moisturizes my skin better than this. I just don't know that there's any additional benefits beyond this being a little moisturizing and not as moisturizing as a moisturizer. Because when I apply it, it feels really nice, my skin likes it, but in like 30 seconds, I feel like the entire application almost just soaks into the skin. But this is supposed to extend makeup wear, which I don't fully believe, hydrate the skin, blur imperfection, may help reduce pores and minimize shine for airbrush finish. I don't really have an issue with shine. I think it does smooth, a little bit like the Tatcha liquid silk canvas. I think this could be a good alternative, but I just don't know in the long term if this actually does enough. So I'm still continuing to test it. I think smoothing wise, it does something, but I don't know if it's enough to really notice like a side-by-side difference if I were not to apply it on one side. Also, the first time I featured this, I literally had forgotten to use it and didn't have any zits. We have a zit right here. I'm gonna use it, and I have a couple of spots happening. I think my time of the month is coming. This is the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Pinpoint Concealer. This is such a genius product because it's pretty much like a gel eyeliner that sets style formulation, but in skin tone. And I haven't gotten a chance to use it a lot because I haven't had many breakouts, but I was testing some new skincare and I feel like it broke me out a little bit. So I'm just gonna get these spots. Some of these they're like freckles. But I think this does a nice job of dulling down the color for when we put stuff over top. Like, it's not going to get rid of this, but for some redness, I feel like it does dull it down for products over top. So give that a second to set down, and I'm gonna hydrate my lips. I don't have anything new. Not part of the video, but I am using my Fenty Skin Plush Puddin' Lip Mask just to sit. I don't like this caramel flavor because it has a weird brown tint to it. But anyways, I do love the product. Okay, this foundation. I love a couple of Hourglass foundations. This one I feel like is a middle of the road one. It's just not, I guess, memorable for me because I've used this various times and I really couldn't tell you what I think about it too much. But this is the Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. I have it in the shade Sticks, and I think I like this. But I definitely need to use it a handful of times more if I can't even really remember my thoughts. And you know what? Part of that has to do with, honestly, there's just been a lot of foundations that have been launching lately. That it's sometimes a lot to mentally balance my thoughts of the strengths and weaknesses of each foundation, which it's usually not that hard, but I don't know, there's just not enough standouts. I feel like a lot of them are pretty similar right now. Now this had a very smooth application, and you know what, I will attribute that to, I think, the primer, honestly. This isn't as glowy as the tinted moisturizer version of this, but this did blend out like a dream. I do have another video a few weeks ago that I did using this, but I want to, at some point, get out a new foundation roundup video, but I want to feel confident, you know, in my explanations of each product. Otherwise, I did a bad job at my job. But this gives a lighter coverage. What do you think? My skin has also been really dry lately, which is another reason why I haven't been paying too much attention to the foundations. Because it's my skin, not the foundations, I feel like, that are making them look drier than they actually are. I've been able to resolve it with some good skincare, but you know, it will never be as good as when the humidity starts to come out a bit. Filming this on Monday, I hope you guys had a good weekend. It was cold this weekend. Again, we had a couple good days, but it got cold again, so we were homebodies this weekend. Put some right here, but you know, I am a homebody, so no complaints over here from me. Yeah, I mean, so this I feel like has been a foundation that I've liked but not loved. It's looking a little funky, and I hope that's not because of the primer. I think I'm gonna take a damp sponge and kind of push it in because it just doesn't look super smooth right now. It doesn't look bad, but it definitely needs to settle in, and I feel like that's why I keep using this, because I don't love it. I don't mind it, but it's kind of middle of the road. It's not as luminous as I thought it would be either. It is a lighter coverage. Me thinking more product will make it look better. No, I'm gonna grab a sponge and put a little bit of water on it just to push in some additional hydration that my skin needs, not the foundation. Okay, wet sponge. This normally helps when my skin's looking a little bit dry, and if you really want to go the extra mile, do I have a Dalba spray near me? I think it's in my bathroom where I just came from. I'm gonna grab it, it's worth it. Anyways, I don't really want to alter the foundation, but I want to fix my skin, so I'm just taking a little bit of the Dalba Super Serum Spray, which is for adding glow and hydration. And this really, really helps. Oh yeah, it's already looking so much smoother. Okay, my skin doesn't even look dry anymore. Like I said, I don't want to attribute the dryness too much to the foundation. I think it's my skin. Worked it out. Does anybody have any good skincare product ideas for really dry noses? Because that's where I'm seeing it the most. But look at that. That looks so much better. Okay. Fix that. Let's put on some concealer. This I just recently tried, so this is a true second impressions, excuse me. It's the Makeup Revolution Skin Silk Under Eye Brightener and Concealer. I love the packaging of this. It's one of those metal tip applicators, but it actually puts down a good amount of product. This is a lighter coverage product. I really want to pay attention today to the wear time of this. I think the first time that I used it, obviously I paid close attention to the application, but today I'm on a mission to see and take notes about the wear time. But it's a lighter coverage product, definitely for a more natural day, or if you're a lucky ducky who doesn't have any dark circles. But I really like the way that this looks. I think it's really fresh. It's not too heavy. So you can see, like, we didn't get much in the way of coverage, but I think it goes really well with this foundation. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. And this metal tip applicator is so cooling. I think we're good for now with that. Now these next two products that I'm using for liquid, I guess, bronzer and blush. These have been in my speed reviews drawer for such a long time. I haven't wanted to deal with them. So that should say a lot about how I feel about the product. But today, I'm just gonna finalize those thoughts. They're taking up so much room in my speed reviews drawer. The Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue, I have the bronzers and the highlighting blushes, and I'm gonna use them today. There's so many amazing liquid and cream and all powder even right now. The blush launches, while redundant, they've been pretty good. So I haven't wanted to reach for these because I haven't been that excited, but let me pick a couple shades. And I do have a powder bronzer to go in after because the bronzers in this formula, pretty warm. So I'm gonna use Kiss of Spice. And I love this line from Bare Minerals. It's just this product that hasn't done it for me too much. This is like the only bronzer shade. I'm gonna use the same Makeup by Mario brush. Now I'm talking like I've used these all the time. I haven't, so I could be fooled by the formula here if memory serves me incorrectly, which is a possibility. Wait, why is that nice? Why haven't I been using this? I just think it's the weird colors in here. Like this Kiss of, what is it, Spice is the only true bronzery one. All of the others are definitely more on the pinky side. So I don't really like the colors of these. I much prefer this line in a powder format because they have all of these colors and powders. I don't care for the liquid of it all. Okay. I stand corrected. I'm gonna have to use these more because that's really pretty. Wow. And this whole line of 5, right? 5 different bronzers. I'm going to try Kiss of Rose, and this is also considered a bronzer. Wiping off my brush. Let's see if this bleeds out of the bronzer really beautifully. We're not done. I have their highlighters as well. Blush lighters, I think is what they call it. I mean, that is really pretty for the summertime. It's almost like a gel consistency. I haven't used these in so long, it feels like it's my first time using these. But I want to bring these back out to my attention so that I can get these guys in the next speed reviews. But it's reacting really nicely over the foundation. Oh, I'm totally over blushing right now. We'll go back later, but I want to see how this sits on the skin. They have like gel-like look, so they're very juicy looking, but they do also feel a little wet. But that is gorgeous for the summer. Okay. They also have highlighting blush. I have 5 shades here. And again, if memory serves me correctly, these seem to be more highlightery, depending on what color you go. Peach Glow and Mauve Glow are going to be more for the deeper complexions, or if you're looking for a true blush lighter, if you're on the lighter side like myself. I'm gonna go in with Pink Glow, and I want to put that over top, and I want to see how these all layer. I'm liking these way more than I can remember. And that's why they stay in a speed reviews drawer until I can get my final thoughts. I just wasn't excited about this product, but at the end of the day, it's really pretty. Like, how natural is that? And I'm not a liquid highlighter person, but you can kind of put this all over the cheek for a little extra zing. They are both bridging between blush and bronzer and then highlight and blush, which is a trendy kind of product. I like these. Oopsie. I was ready to talk trash, but I think they look really beautiful. Oopsie daisy. Well, that's why we do these videos before I go into a speed reviews. I'm confident, but those are really nice. I find the packaging to be a little inconvenient, but anyways, this is just my concealer brush, and I'm kind of toning down what I did because I did the absolute most to get to know this product. I like this. It's really nice. I was ready to trash it, but this is actually a beautiful, underrated, I might have to say, product. They look so smooth. Now, I didn't have any powder on, but that's pretty. And then to set, this is fairly new. It's actually brand new. The Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Loose Setting and Blurring Powder. Now, when I did a side-by-side for you guys last, I did a side-by-side against the Huda Beauty. which is my all-time favorite powder, and I swore the Huda Beauty looked better, but some of you guys thought the Kosas looked better. So we're gonna see about that. I'm gonna get you guys a little closer. Ugh, I love the zoom on my new camera. I feel like you can just see so much, which is a bad thing for how I look and my confidence, but you guys can actually see, which I think a lot of times now, I was about to go on a rant. Anyways, lighting is difficult when you're not a professional. So sometimes we accidentally blur things out as creators because this is not our forte. Okay. I'm just lightly going to press this on. And this might look deep if you're a little scared of it, but it pulls a lot brighter on the skin because I was worried. And one pet peeve of mine are powders that pull deeper than they look. I'd much prefer a powder pull lighter. Applied really lightly like this, where you really work it into the brush, it's actually very pretty. It's just doing a nice natural job of setting, and it looks really feather light. Definitely has that cloud-like appeal to it. I do like this powder. You know, for me, it might not be as good as the Huda Beauty, but it is setting beautifully. I pulled out the powder bronzer. I'm going to put it back. I don't think we need it. But we do need to set, since I am a little on the dry side. Like, the powder did pick up on some dryness, but we're not putting blame on product today. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Matte Setting Spray. Though a blurring setting spray doesn't exactly sound like my skin needs it. But I'm trying to decide if this does anything. So I prepped before this video. I used the same shadow, and I sprayed this one. So let's see. Okay, I do feel like the ABH sprayed side is holding up better. Okay, I'm going off. Yeah, it definitely is. So this is the ABH sprayed side, and this is just the normal shadow. So it did help that shadow stay longer. I don't think it's as groundbreaking as the Charlotte Tilbury one. The Charlotte Tilbury one, like this one won't budge, but it's doing the job. Okay. But in terms of it actively blurring on my skin, I wouldn't say it does all that. Probably because I'm eating it all as I'm speaking. Great mist though. But I think that's gonna help lock the makeup in. But what I am gonna do just with the dry patches in the center, I'm gonna take a little bit more Dauba just on my sponge. And I just am gonna press it right here where I have some dryness, and that really helps. I mean, one of the reasons I did today's video was because I wanted to do another play sesh with the new Natasha Denona Bloom palette. I already have a full review and 2 looks if you want to check that out, but I want to play around a little bit, do a different look. So I'm going to do one eye off camera. So for the look today, I feel like all of the shades mushed together on my eye. I'm not feeling it. But this is an experience I had with the palette. The first 2 looks I did in my initial review, I really liked. But today I tried to do a little bit from the pink section, a little bit from the warm section of the palette, and I don't love how it turned out. So let me show you what I did. I took some of Ren, which I, by the way, love this gorgeous, warm, rosy shade. And the quality of this palette is very, very nice. But I just don't love the color combo I did today. I feel like you can't tell I used both sides of the palette. They just kind of became mush together, which takes away from that versatility of the palette. Like, this palette has decent versatility, but sometimes Natasha Denona's palettes can be a little monotone, so it limits the looks that you can get with it. And I felt like this one was nice, but I don't know. I'm taking that away a little bit. It still is more versatile than most palettes from Natasha, at least her themed ones. I'm taking Bark. But you'll see when we get to the shimmer shades that I'm putting on my lid, where I just felt like it made everything come into one. So I did start off by just keeping this in the outer corner, but to create a little bit more, I think it was like definition I was going for the shimmers that I'm going to add to my lid, I did end up carrying this over. So I'm just going to jump the gun here and do that this side. But I was looking for more contrast between the lid and the crease shade, and I just wasn't getting that. So that's why I ended up bringing Bark inwards. But how beautifully is this working out? And then I'm taking just a little bit more of that pinky crease shade Ren, bringing that back out. So initially, if I was going boring, I just wanted to use these two shades together, but I wanted to try a couple more shades. So I'm starting off with this shade, which is beautiful. I'm gonna wet my brush for this because, again, I was looking for something a little bit more contrasty. So I'm just creating a little bit of shape here. Not a cut crease, but just some shape like so. And you see how I was looking for something a little bit brighter and more pink? I just feel like, meh. It's pretty though. But I think this look would have been prettier without the brown, but then it would have been so simple. And then I was like, okay, let me do some of Lush right here, which is a little bit more warm. I think it has more glitter reflex. Also gonna wet my brush, which I don't normally do this, but I feel like these are too close. And that's what kind of disappointed me. Still gorgeous. Both would be pretty in their own right all over the lid, but next to each other, I just wish there was a little bit more differences. But the look is pretty, but you see how it just doesn't look like I have 4 different shades on the lid. Go back in with a little bit of Bark. This side's turning out better, always the second side. Now I'm taking Ren, that pinky shade that we use all over the crease, bringing that down, and then on a pencil brush, I'm taking some of Bark. This Bark shade is gonna come in handy with this palette. And I'm just smudging that along my lash line. And then I'm taking an angled brush also into that dark Bark shade, and I'm gonna lightly press this along my lower lash line, upper lash line. Do a little wang, little inner corner wing. And then next I'm gonna take a little bit of Crisp. This shade is the only shade I was a little disappointed in with this palette because it's quite chunky and flaky, but I'm gonna use that for some brightness. And that's the look. It's pretty at the end of the day. Let's do some mascara. Using Trusty Dusty Shiseido eyelash curler, the best lash curler in the world. And I have a funny story today that I talked about in a couple videos ago. So I've been mixing these two mascaras up. I think the Benefit is super flaky, but for a while I thought it was the L'Oreal that was super flaky because for a while these were the only 2 mascaras in my speed reviews drawer. And in my head, I don't know, my brain has become putz, it seems. And I was mixing them up. I've never done that before. So today we're gonna go side by side. But I'm like 90% sure at this time that the Benefit Bounce Mascara is going to be super flaky. But today's the first day that I'm putting them side by side, so I can confirm that. But I'm pretty sure this gets black dots all over my face. And then we're going to use the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara, which in numerous videos I said makes my lashes look beautiful, but flakes like crazy, and I think I'm wrong about that. I think I was thinking about this one and mixing them up, but this does make my lashes look beautiful. So here's the deal. Not only does the L'Oreal look better than the Benefit, but it doesn't flake. I'm so mad that I did that, but I'm gonna give these a second to dry, and then we're gonna curl them so you can see the differences on these puny lashes. Okay, curled my lashes. Honestly, Benefit might be looking a little better than the L'Oreal, but the L'Oreal holds a curl better. So over the day, it ends up looking better on the L'Oreal side. Now for lips, I did pull, because these are the only lip liners in my speed reviews drawer right now, the Rhode Peptide lip shapes. I mean, I'm ready to throw these in the speed reviews because I personally know my thoughts. I don't love them. I need something with longevity on my lips. These fade away a little too quickly. Just not something that I want to use in my everyday routine. I love how easily they do glide on. Lip contour, lip liner, whatever. It's really not functional for me in any aspect. So not loving those, but I'm gonna use it to shape the lips. And I have the whole collection of the Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tints, and I love Maybelline's Superstay line for the lips, but I haven't been reaching for the Teddy Tints for no reason in particular. I think I've just been reaching for gloss a lot more. But I'm gonna use a brighter color today, 30 Coquette-ish. These are kind of sitting at the back of my drawer as well, so that's a horrible excuse, but that's part of it. But wow, the drugstore's really dipping into K-beauty formulas, aren't they? Really pretty blurred look. Overall, I mean, I'm not obsessed with my makeup today, but it will work. Like, and then again, that road was just kind of pointless for all of this. But I do like those Maybelline tints. I have to push them to the front so that I'll reach for them more. Just for like a light wash of color, you know? And some of those deeper shades do add some good pop. An interesting testing day today. I had some revelations. Like, I didn't love the Natasha Denona palette. Surprisingly, really enjoyed my experience with Bare Minerals. My Kosas thoughts went up. I like those better now. Much to test today. I'm definitely going to be wearing this all day and seeing how everything settles in. I think that the foundation has settled in nicely, especially with the little bit of extra love I had to give it, but that's just I've been saying it was my skin, not necessarily the foundation. Okay guys, Benefit mascara, L'Oreal mascara. We figured it out. It was the Benefit flaking this whole time. I did smudge a little bit though, but overall my makeup's looking really, really good at the end of the day too. Let me go look in the mirror. Everything wore really good today. Anyways, that's the mascara update. But okay, I mean, now's the time that I start testing, and that's part of what I do to make a living, you guys. I put on makeup and I see what I think, and then I share the results with you guys. So make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, because very soon this week I am going to be filming a speed reviews of some products that I have in my drawer that I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on. And I think there's some products that I definitely feel settled on giving you my final thoughts after today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.